Hey everybody, this is Bonnie with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and welcome to Friday Fun Live. Yay! Broadcasting again from South Carolina, and looking forward to heading north tomorrow. Yay! It's cold outside, guys. It's like in the 30s down here in the south. So when we have the 30s down here, you know that it's cold in a lot of other places up north. I'm heading north via Virginia and then on to Maryland tomorrow. That's the plan. Probably make it home by Sunday. Um, yeah, and we're supposed to get the single digits, this coming week. So, excuse me, we're trying to make it home before, all that weather does. So, I hope you all are doing well. Let me go ahead and just say a quick hello to everybody in the chat. Um, Marie, good to see you in the chat, my friend, just south of me in Charleston. And Kelly, welcome. I am doing well today. As soon as I started talking, my throat's feeling fine. It's just so incredibly dry in here. Um, oh, thank you, Kelly. She said I had 2024. I was using an old, uh, I'll have to fix that later. Thanks for letting me know. It is 2025. Lot going on today. Still trying to help out down here, and also getting ready to transition tomorrow. So lots and lots going on. And let's see, Sinfully Wicked, thanks for joining us. It's kind of an interesting name there. Good afternoon to you. And Virginia says, good morning, Bonnie and Hannah. Blessings from Banning, California. Well, I hope you all are doing okay out there, Virginia. I know California is a big state, but just know that the LA fire and area north of there and whatnot is on everybody's minds and hearts. And we were thinking of you all and praying for you all where we're led to, and just hope things, I know it's going to be a while before things get resolved, but we are thinking of you all. And DL Crisp from joining us from Southern Oregon. Wow. Welcome, welcome. And Phil, it's good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well out there on the road, staying safe. Lots of weather heading our way. I looked at ahead, and they're even predicting snow for down here for this coming week. So have fun. Be safe out there. I know you're so experienced in driving, but oh my goodness, I hope you can stay safe. And Ekstrom says, good morning. It's early evening here in southern Sweden. The sun set a while ago, and I am looking forward to this cozy hour. Oh, how sweet. Thank you for joining us. All the way from Sweden. Wow. She says, what are you guys and ladies crocheting? I'm going to show you in just a bit, and I've got something brand new to show you guys very soon. And Barbara, so good to see you in the chat. And Red Hooked, good morning. And Barbara says, did you get snow? Very little here in Alaska. Crocheting another cable shrug cover. Big and bulky. Love. Okay, great. Haven't gotten any down south yet, but that's predicted for this coming week. I'll let you know. Snow was still on the ground when my husband went south just a couple days ago to help with one of my kids' moves. I'm going to be helping with that too, be loading and unloading a truck, and it's going to be a busy next couple of days. If y'all are praying, folks, I would appreciate just prayers for good weather, safe transition for my son's family. And Lori Jones says, hi, y'all from Mississippi. Hey, Lori. That's one state that I have not checked off my list yet. I need to get to Mississippi at some point. Excuse me. And we 3Bs. Thank you for the reminder. Hit that thumbs up if you get a chance to. And Jet One In, glad to have you with us. And it says extra from We 3Bs. I am making a blanket for the Project Linus. How excellent. It's so wonderful of you all to do things like that for others. And Brad's mom says, good morning, Bonnie, Hannah, Becky, and all my dear yarnies from sunny Southwest Chicago suburbs. Friends, please remember to smash that button. Thanks again for that reminder. I'm glad you all are there reminding me of these things. I need an administrator on my side. And Hannah, thank you for joining us. She's joining us from another room. I hope the signal is coming through okay for you all. Um, Sinfully Wicked says it's not what you think about my nickname. I'm sure it's not. I've interacted with you in email, and yeah, definitely. I just think it's really clever. Some of the names that you all come up with. Um, and Jet One In, thank you so much for wishing us a good morning. And yeah, Hannah is here. She was folding laundry last time I checked. We've been already busy this morning doing stuff around the house. And and Hannah says, I like a prayer request for my left knee. I did something to it around Christmas time and it hasn't gotten any better. Yeah, thank you guys. Just yeah, for praying for Hannah's knee that it would just get better. Um, and Nicole, happy Friday to you too. Thanks for that thumbs up. And Monique and I think a conversation here about the blanket they're making. Extrom is making says it keeps my legs warm. Yes, they do. You know, when you make anything, it just seems to keep me warm. um, I'll be showing you what I'll be working on in just a second. And we have Sierra Stitch Sanctuary. Um, it's so funny the way you talk to each other friends in the chat. That's great. She says we have to stop meeting like this. And Tammy, good morning. She says good morning from foggy Oregon. And that's right, it's still early on the West Coast. And Carol says, hi, Hannah, Bonnie, and all. Carol Beth in Oregon. Welcome, Carol Beth. And Sierra Stitch Sanctuary, again, welcome. And good morning, Alec, or good afternoon, Alex. And Diane, thank you for praying for Hannah's knee. Um, and let's see. Thank you guys for responding. And Rita says, joining from cold but sunny South Jersey. And I thank you guys, Carol and all, for praying for Hannah. And is it Ronnie? Says, I would like to make a summer crochet dress. Wow. I wish I could help you. I do have one top that you can make into a dress, but I don't know if that's the one you're looking for. But it's called the Celtic Weave Top and Dress. You can look that up if that's something that's interesting to you. Um, and Diane's joining us from St. Louis. Beautiful sunny day, going to be 50 degrees. Whew, you're going to be warmer than us in South Carolina. Wow. Um, so I guess different systems are making their way. And Colleen says, hi, Bonnie. Colleen from Cleveland. I love your Aaron's heart. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on a second. I forgot to do something, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. That reminds me. Put your phone on do not disturb. I'm out of my element since I'm away from home, so I forget some things. You know how that is. Well, let me go ahead and show you some things, okay? Just for review, for those of you who are new to my channel, this was my most recent release. This is my Wild Irish Throw. It's a larger throw than usual. It's more than 65 inches long. Of course, if you want to make it longer, you can. And it's about 55 inches wide, I believe. So it's wider and longer. I used 24 skeins of the paint box Simply Aran, which I didn't bring a sample in the room to show you, but the yarn for this is on sale if you buy it in packs of 5 or 10. I do have a link in my video description. It's an affiliate link. I use those unashamedly. It benefits me in a small way, but I recommend this yarn not because of that affiliate link, but because it is currently my favorite yarn that I like to use. I feel like the quality for the price is the best that I can find right now. If I find something better that I like better, you'll be the first to know. I used 24 skeins of this yarn. And like I said, if you buy it in packs of 5 and or 10 right now, it is 40% off the regular price, which is almost as good as it gets. And if you order $65 or more, I know that's a lot of money. I know. But if you go through a lot of yarn and that's what you do, like me, that's what I do, um, shipping is free. And of course, when you buy in large bulk, you usually get it all in the same dye lot. Of course, it's good to check that, but it usually comes all in the same dye lot. I know how hard it is when you go to a local, big box yarn store. I'll just throw a couple names out, Michael's or Joann's or somebody like that. It's really hard sometimes to find enough of the same color in the same dye lot. So just to let you know. Um, and that's one reason why I've resorted to that. I've even written a song about it. I've spent many hours searching and traveling and trying to get enough skeins of one dye lot to make an item. And yeah, anyway, I'll have to sing that song again at some point. Um, what else can I show you? Let me show you what is coming on Monday. All right. I'm hoping to roll this out. If not on Monday, I'll roll it out on Tuesday, but I'm going to shoot for Monday. This is the Sapphire Soliloquy scarf. I used a gradient yarn. Of course, you don't have to use a gradient yarn on this, okay? So I use this beautiful gradient yarn that just changes colors from a company called Frogget Yarns. You don't have to buy from them. If you want to, great. I'm just throwing it out to you. That's what I use. But if you have gradient yarns available to you locally there, by all means, if you want to support your local artist, please do. I so encourage you to do that. And so it features a new type of cable where you have an elongated cable. I'm calling this the twisted elongated cable. And then you have, the other side of the cable here, which is the four-post cable. So it just kind of intertwines down and around. And I have them go in the opposite directions just to keep it interesting. And I do have a stitch diagram included with this, and of course, a complete video tutorial for both right and left-handers. As soon as I can this afternoon, maybe late into this evening, I'm hoping to have this available for my watch subscribers. I still have to go over the tech editor's notes and make sure that I've made any corrections before I do that. So I'm hoping to get this done this afternoon in the midst of my packing so that the watch subscribers can have it. And if you are a watch subscriber, the pattern is going to be complimentary to you. If you want to become a watch subscriber, it's only $7.95 a month or $79.50 a year. You can watch much of my content and more. There's exclusive content there. There are classes there that don't appear on my public YouTube channel, and it's all ad-free, commercial-free. You're not going to be interrupted by anybody trying to sell you anything. Okay? So, and the pattern for everybody else, if you're not a watch subscriber, it'll be available in my Etsy store as well as in my Lovecraft store. So coming Monday, Tuesday, Monday. So I'm hoping to get it up Monday. I'm just covering my bases in case something doesn't happen. But let me show you what you can do with this scarf. This is made using a fingering weight yarn, which is a number 1. It's a thin yarn. I used a G or 6 or 4.00 millimeter crochet hook for this. Now, I've heard from some of you who just, whether it be arthritis or you just don't enjoy using the small yarns. I understand that. Let me show you what you can do instead. If you perhaps have a lot of, you have some yarn left over, you can use any weight yarn on this scarf. It's just a scarf. So you can use any weight yarn. Okay, so let me show you. This is another design that I have. This is already on the channel. It's been out for a couple years now. This is the Rahab scarf in fingering weight yarn. And I had some stash yarn that my daughter got for me. I told you about this last couple weeks. Bought it at a thrift store for like $5 and it's really good yarn. Anyway, so this is a worsted weight yarn, same pattern. It just works up bigger. That's all. So instead of a scarf, I have a Either you can call this a super scarf or a beautiful stole. And I was showing you last week until it got too warm in here. It's actually nice and cool in here now, so I can do this. So I mean, you can wear it as a nice wrap. So you can make this again, fingering weight yarn, a nice scarf you can wear inside your jacket, especially now, or inside your coat if you're going where I'm going to be going tomorrow. Or if you, again, want to use worsted weight, maybe take your yarn from your stash, your hooks that you're more comfortable with, and you can make it into a nice little stole or a nice long stole, whatever. Um, and you can control the length of this simply by repeating the motif. You don't have to make it as long as this. You can make it shorter, whatever, and anyway, by just controlling the number of repeats. All right, so that is coming Monday, hopefully Monday. And if I can't get it up Monday for some reason, then I'm going to reserve Tuesday will be the day. So I'm going to try to do it for Monday because Monday is a holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday. And so maybe if some of you who are, celebrating and reflecting on the meaning of the holiday, you can pick up your yarn too and, have something to do. I don't want you to ever be bored. Let me go ahead and pull up Hannah. Hannah, she sent me questions and here we go. All right, Hannah, thank you for sending that request from Dana. We definitely be praying for you, Dana, for healing there. Yeah, birthday. She'll be 78 in 2 weeks. Hallelujah. Well, happy birthday. We'll definitely be praying for your condition. I'm very familiar with the diverticulitis. My late dad had some very bad difficulties with that. So we'll definitely be praying for you. And thank you for sending that text to me, Hannah, so I can write it down later. And Tammy H wants to know, is the paint box yarn soft? Excuse me. I think so. I mean, it is 100. I'm actually was touching something here. I'm going to pull this out to show you in just a bit. It's as soft as any acrylic could be. It's not as soft as this because this is merino wool mixed with actually a protein made of milk. Believe it or not, the yarn is no longer available, but this is the yarn that Hannah found for $5 for a whole box of it. And I looked it up online, and each one of the little cakes of yarn sells for used to sell for like $20 each. This is very soft. It's like, as I say, like butter, like butter in your hands is very soft. It's not as soft as that, but it is, I think it's soft. I think it's soft as far as acrylic goes. If you want something really softer, you need to bump up to like baby alpaca or something like that, or a merino wool, or some other natural blend. But I do like the paint box. Simply Aran is what it's called. But there are other yarns out there. And if you have other yarn available locally, go for it. I mean, I'm not an exclusive when it comes to stuff like that. I never have been. I don't ever intend to be. And from Monique, is the finished project the green Afghan heavy? Oh yeah, this is definitely a heavy. This is definitely a heavy blanket. Definitely, it takes 24. If you can see, I mean, it's got some weight to it. I mean, it's not as heavy as a weighted blanket like that you would purchase in a store with the glass beads in it, but it's weighty. It's definitely a bulkier. Whenever you combine these cross cables like I do with the worsted weight, you're going to get a heavier product. But I like that in the wintertime. It works well. But if you wanted to redo this in a lighter weight yarn, you're certainly welcome to do that in a nice DK weight. You'll end up with a slightly smaller blanket, but I think it would still be fine. Okay, let me get back to where I was in the chat. I lost my way. Um, ooh, got a lot of comments. Gosh, I hope I can keep up here. Um, hold on one second. Okay, I think I found where I was in the chat. So we have Diane joining us from St. Louis. Okay, we've read that one, but hi again, Diane. I'm just trying to find my way here. Um, okay, so Colleen says, okay, she likes the Aaron Hart's throw pattern. Thank you. I've modified the center panel to make it Irish as well as for OSU. Okay, cool. I always direct people to your tutorials. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That really blesses me. And yeah, and for those of you who don't know the Aaron Hart's throw, it is actually on my channel. It's one of the very first tutorials I ever made. I think it was back in 2016 or 17. So be gracious if you don't mind. When you look at those, if I look really stiff, it was because wasn't used to standing in front of a camera and was just learning, was a kind of a newbie. Not that my act's totally together now because always learning. But that was an early tutorial. It's a series back before I was even allowed to do longer tutorials by YouTube. So, and the written pattern is available for free from Yarnspirations. I designed that many years ago for Red Heart Yarns. I believe I sold it to him back in 2011. So that the design's been out for 14 years. Yikes, if I'm doing my math right. So yeah, it's been around for a while. All right. So trucker wife on a budget. Oh, I love that. Says hello from Southeast Tennessee, making a poncho right now. Excellent. Excellent. I've been through Southeast Tennessee so many times on my trip down to visit family. From Maryland, I come actually through Kentucky, so I can try to say hi to Bobby once in a while, and then on down through Tennessee to Georgia. Beautiful trip, long trip. But anyway, familiar with your area there. Uh, and Ekstrom says, I just finished 3 little blankets for my cat's beds that he has in his cat tree. Body stitches came in handy. Now I need to make myself a sweater. Yes, you do. You all need to make yourselves something. Um, let me check one thing here. Okay. Okay. And from Jet One, it says, "Do you launder your own blankets or send them to a cleaner to be washed?" Good question. All of the blankets that I crochet are 100% acrylic. If and when they need to be washed. Now, the ones that stay in the family room, at least when the kids were all 5 kids are at home. It's been a while. Um, the kids are all adults now and grown and having some of them are having families of their own. Some of them are helping us with our family, like Hannah. Um, I would put them in the washer and then put them either in the dryer, depending on the design, or let them air dry afterwards. They machine wash very well. Of course, I have a front loader. It doesn't have an agitator. So the laundry just flops over itself instead of being twisted by a center agitator like my mother-in-law's does. So I just wash these at home. If I have, let's say, a poncho or something made out of a natural fiber, such as baby alpaca or wool, it's hand wash only, and then roll you don't wring it out. You don't do any of that with that kind of handmade items, but you put them in, like basically lay them out in the towel and roll them up in the towel to extract the water from it. And then you lay dry to flat and try to kind of block it into shape as you let it dry, because however it dries, that's the way it's going to be. I hope that helps. I do not send them out to be cleaned. I don't trust anybody outside to in the business world to really know what they're doing with these things. I try to handle them myself. Um, Okay. Lynn wants to know, when is Bonnie Bay Crochet birthday celebration and how many years has she been blessing us with her gorgeous designs? Ah, that's a good question, Lynn. I'll need to look that up. Thank you. It's been such a gradual process because I became a published designer with Leisure Arts back in 2009, officially, but I didn't start a website with Bonnie Bay Crochet until I think a couple years after that. It might have been 2011. So it might be coming up on like 14 years. But as far as an exact date and everything, it's really confusing. I'd have to look it up for you. But thank you for spurring me on to do that. All righty. I cannot believe it's 12:25 already. Um, okay, so we'll keep going here. And Sierra Stitch Sanctuary says, my apologies for the tongue twister. That is my name. LOL. You say it so much faster than everyone else. I guess I don't have trouble with that. What I struggle with is with names from places outside cultures that I'm familiar with. And some of you, I'm sure I've mispronounced that. That's more where I stumble. Sierra's Stitch Sanctuary. Um, wow. And Jet One In says, cold day in Idaho today, still sunny and pretty out. Yeah, it's so deceiving. It looks beautiful. The sky is blue here, but you step outside, it's like it's cold. It's in the upper 30s here right now. And Sierra's Stitch Sanctuary says, first time I've had sun in a while too. Yeah. And Sinfully Wicked says, sunny but freezing here in Michigan. Yep. We got a common theme running, guys, girls. So we 3B says this was attention getting. Okay. And Monique says, I'm working on a summer dress right now. I'm loving how it's turning out thus far. Excellent, Monique. Oh, thank you for your blessing, Lynn. You are always so sweet. I so appreciate you. Um, yes, definitely. I agree with you about the Lord. And that Jesus is our true blessing. Absolutely, my friend. I agree. Um, don't know where I'd be without that. And got Colleen. And let's see. Excuse me. Hannah sent me something from Amy Smith. Says making something to wear is on her bucket list. Won't lie, not confident. Was looking through your books. Is there one pattern you recommend for a starter project to learn patterns and putting together? I do have a sweater. Um, let's see. I do have several sweaters that I would recommend. Some might be prettier than others. I do have my first crochet sweater pattern. You can substitute, any DK weight yarn that you would like for that. It's crocheted kind of in one piece. It's not it's but it's the only sweater of that style. The sweaters that I enjoy doing that, don't get me wrong, but if you want something with a little more interest, a little more color, I would say the ones that have the yoke, like the colorful cabled yoke might be one. If you like you say, you're not real confident, because what I encourage people to do with that is as they're crocheting, like you crochet the yoke, and then you crochet the bodice part that comes down, and you can make this in either a summer top or a winter top, depending on how long you want to make the sleeves, or even if you want to add sleeves to it. It's a no sew design, but I always encourage people to have a shirt or top that fits them the way they like the fit, and use that kind of as a guide. So if you can, I think it's giving me thumbs up because I'm doing this. Anyway, so that might be some that you could try. I have a couple. So if you look on my website, or I'm sorry, on my YouTube channel, you can look on my website too and look at the actual pictures of the designs. But if you look on the playlist of my YouTube homepage and look for summer tops or just sweaters, there's a playlist there for sweaters, and you can look through them to see which ones you might like. Um, yeah, I would stick with the crocheting and the round the no sews, but just because they are easier, like you said, if you're not that confident, I totally get that. Because that sweaters, wearables like that are they're more involved. I understand that they take more time, more effort. You do have to make gauge with your yarn so that it will fit in the way you want it to fit. But the thing I like about the ones that you go in the round is you can confirm as you're going whether this is going to fit you or not. Because if it's way too big or way too small, when you compare it to a top that already fits you the way you want, you can then make adjustments. You can back out and you can make adjustments. And I have instructions in the videos as to how to do that. Um, and you can make it as long or as short as you want, which I like to do because I like to make mine longer. I'm not part of the crop top gang that's out there, has been, out there amongst the designers out there. You know what I'm talking about. I was just recently out shopping with my daughter yesterday, and it's so crazy to see these sweaters. And okay, I know you understand what I'm going to say. Some of you guys, some of you girls and guys can pull this off, which is great. More power to you. I'm not in a stage of life where I want to show off my tummy right now. Okay, I'm not ashamed of it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's had 5 children, so it's it's seasoned. How's that? And I have no problem, and I'm not going to get into any, talking about bodies and stuff, because yeah, the body shaming and all that. I'm not going to get into that. God made us all. He made us beautiful the way we are, and He didn't make us all the same. Isn't that nice? But anyway, how did I get into this? Anyway, you can make the sweater as long or as short as you want. Mine generally tend to be on the longer side, and I'm okay with that. So anyhow, I hope I gave you guys a laugh. This is just me being real. Um, anywho, let's keep it going here. We have Kathleen says, greetings from Hudson Valley, New York. A sunny day. Yeah, got your message earlier. Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. And yes, we will be praying for you. I have that written down. I'm going to write that down in my notes later. Thank you so much. Thank you, Monique. She says the blanket looks so cozy. It can be. Yes, actually, I have put it on the foot of my bed as I've been here by myself, and it can get a little chilly in the room sometimes. And Ocean Girl says, my first live, Marianne in New Mexico, USA, 52 degrees. She says, what does your top say? It says, I don't run marathons. I crochet them. And it has my little stat. The 26.2 is a real number. And yes, if you follow my channel, and if you crocheted everything that was released this year, you too would have crocheted more than 26.2 miles of yarn. That's a real stat. But don't feel bad if you didn't. It's okay if you do other things. And if you and by the way, these are available in my Teespring store. You can get this this is a long sleeve t-shirt that I'm wearing, which is just a really nice layering layer for me. They're also available in sweatshirts and t-shirts. No pressure there. And I do try to bump down the price in that, because I know a lot of times those can be, very expensive. I do actually I put them as low as the algorithm will let me, because I don't intend to make that a big money maker thing for me personally. I just like wearing fun t-shirts with crochet, and I want those who like, to be available. I do have my Bonnie Bee crochet signature across the bottom. Yeah, shameless promo. What can I say? All right, so I have an announcement. I wanted to let you all know. I've been talking about this. I'm going to just give a full reveal. Excuse me. Let's see. Starting February 1st. Now that's a Saturday. The 3 Saturdays in February, the first 3 Saturdays, we're going to be releasing new videos. On my channel, I'm going to be releasing, well, let me just go ahead and show you the design. It's called the Navigators lapghan. So it's a smaller blanket. This is a lapghan. Okay. This is the first time I've shown it. And it's a combination of 4 panels and finished off with the rounds. Okay. And this is a collaboration with Tiffany Hansen of Crochet with Tiffany Hansen. She is another YouTuber. I got a wonderful opportunity to meet her when I was out in Dallas in 2023 at the Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Festival. I actually got to meet her in Pittsburgh in 2023 as well. 2023. No, I got to meet her. It's right, 2023. Yeah, I'm getting the. Okay, sorry. Make sure I get my numbers right. I had it wrong on the thumbnail. So here is what we're going to do, and I'll tell you a little bit about the goal behind this. The goal behind this project was to make a collaborative throw or lapghan, and we wanted it to be something that was somewhat manly, not feminine in any way, because we wanted it to be something that could be used for veterans. And not to say, I mean, I know there are men and women veterans. I totally get that, but we wanted something that would cater more to our guys, um, who are the dominant folks in the military. And we're thinking of particularly of veterans. Was thinking of my dad, um, who was a veteran. He's with the Lord now, but thinking of people who have served, who could be blessed by this, and we just wanted to kind of honor our U.S. military in that way, and so wanted to use colors that would kind of reflect that as well. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, you see there are 4 panels. Okay, and they're individual panels. Um, we used the Lovecraft's paint box yarns, and I can tell you how many we use approximately. We use 6 of the white, which is the champagne white, which is number 202. We used 6 of the medium blue and about 3 of the dark blue colors. And that will be coming out with the throw. But I just let you know that right now in case you want to take advantage of a Lovecraft's sale that's currently going on, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But the way this is going to work is on Saturday, February 1st, both Tiffany and myself are going to release 1 panel each. So I did 1 panel. I did 2 of the panels. Tiffany did 2 of the panels. So when it comes to February 1st, you'll be able to crochet 2 different panels, but you'll get one of them from my channel, Bonnie Bay Crochet YouTube channel. And then I'll have a link attached to my video where you can go to Tiffany's channel, to Crochet with Tiffany Hansen, and you can learn how to crochet that panel. This is the good news too. The written pattern for both of these, all the panels, are going to be free. They're going to be available on my website, on my blog page. So you'll be able to just, download, copy, whatever, screenshot, and use that. It's totally free. And then Tiffany will have her panels on her website as well. So I know it's going to be some jumping around back and forth, but it's just a fun way to try to do a collaboration. Okay, the second Saturday in February, each of us will release an additional panel. Okay, then the third week, the third Saturday in February, Tiffany's going to release a video on how to put this together, how to join the panels together. And then on my channel on the third week, I'm going to show you how to work the final trim rounds. Okay, so it's a 3-week project. Of course, the videos are going to be up for more than 3 weeks. Mine will be up as long as YouTube will let it be up. So you don't have to rush. Some suggestions for this: if you're looking for the paint box yarns, you can pick any 3 colors that you like, that you think will be complementary. Um, and if you want to take advantage of the sale, I do have my affiliate link in the video description below. If you buy in packs of 5 or packs of 10, yeah, that might be a little tricky. You get the 40% discount. But if you're just buying them individually, you still get 35% off. So if you need yarn for that, that's what you're going to need. 6 white, 6 light blue, and 3 dark blue. Or an even better idea, you can pull from your stash. And all of the colors don't have to be limited to 3. You can make it, with what you have, remaining in your stash. You have a color here, a color there, didn't know what to do with. I mean, definitely pull all that together and give it a try. Other options, um, if you don't like a particular panel, well, then double up on another panel. So there's lots and lots of variations you can do for this project. And again, it is a smaller, more of a lapghan size throw. I don't have the exact dimensions with me right now. I'd have to pull up a document, but all of that will be forthcoming. So anyway, this is going to be February for my channel. This is the main design that I'm going to be focusing on here. Of course, if you're not really into something like this, I've got hundreds of others. So I hope you can find, what you're looking for. Okay, could I repeat the yarn weight? Okay, this is a worsted weight yarn, number 4 worsted weight yarn. Okay, again, I used approximately 6 of the white, 6 of the medium blue, and 3 of the dark blue. Okay. All right. So I hope that's as clear as mud. But anyway, I just wanted you to know, give you a couple weeks, in case you wanted to get yarn, you needed to get extra yarn. And I just wanted to, I sound like maybe I am being pushy. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to tell, one crocheter telling another crocheter a good yarn deal. So that's, just wanted to let you all know. And I think that's through January. And I did see a note on the website of Lovecraft saying that they are getting new shipments in every day. So if you don't see what you like there today, just keep checking back with them. It could be, on order, and that, could be coming in quickly. I know that this is a busy time of year, where they do sell a lot more yarn this time of the year. So I'm sure they'll probably be upping their shipments to match that, or at least they should. All right. Let's keep on going. Oh, Lynn, you're so sweet. Thank you again for your sweet comments to Hannah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. Simply Wicked says, prayers up for all those who need them. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So I think I answered those questions. Thank you, Kelly says, have a safe trip. Thank you. That's my intention. I've got a lot of driving tomorrow. I've got about 5 hours of driving tomorrow, and then about another 5 more on the day after that. So yeah, we're going to be breaking that up. Thank you, Nicole. She said, that's a beautiful pattern. The yarn looks soft. It is. I think it is. Yeah. Diane, thank you, says the Afghan is gorgeous, looks knitted. Thank you. That's the goal. I do have some knitting to show you in just a minute, though. Thanks for that reminder. And Monique says, I have not used paint box yarn. Well, Monique, let me just tell you and anybody that's watching, if it is not available in your area, please, please, please use what is available locally to you. Okay. Because I know we have people from Europe and overseas who maybe aren't able to get the paint box yarn. Don't sweat it. It's just acrylic yarn. Okay. Find something that you like in your area. Okay. Because I know the cost of shipping is prohibitive in some places. For me, that's why I can't ship books and things outside the US. I can, but the cost of shipping is like 4 times the value of what I'm shipping. So that's why I say, if you can get it locally, by all means, do that. Oh, okay. Lynn says, "What's the name of the stitches used in the lap blanket that I used?" Okay, well, you can probably figure out which ones I did here. Um, I actually learned this pattern. I'm calling it the wavy pattern. I learned this from a stitch dictionary. Okay, I didn't make this up. I learned this from a stitch dictionary, and I thought, ooh, let's adapt that for this. And it's an older, much older um, way of doing a wave, the wave stitch. And this is just using your basic crochet stitches that you already know and love. Actually, it's using all of the stitches, single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, all in the same row at times. So it's not exactly an absolute beginner project. It's a beginner friendly, but I think it's probably intermediate because of that. But it's a good learning project. And I use the arrow stitch, which is kind of a cable, but not really a cable, but it's one of my favorite stitches, the cable stitch, but used a different way with the color work. And around the outer band, we have a large bobble with single crochets. So very, very approachable. Um, I would say for a confident beginner, no problem. A confident beginner as defined, someone who knows all the basic stitches and you can crochet evenly back and forth across and without skipping stitches, how to crochet a good swatch. So yeah. All right. um and Lynn says she put in two separate orders of paint box. Yeah, you saw that picture. I don't know if you saw the picture on social media. Hannah, you were on social media, by the way. I put that picture of you holding up the shipment before you came south. I just got my shipment in, and again, I pay for my shipment just like you guys do. I mean, I could possibly get comp yarn, but it's just so much easier and faster. I just go ahead and buy my yarn from them. It's just that it's just easier for me. Um, and Susie Pop's Creation, welcome. Thanks again for that reminder on the thumbs up. And Jet went in, thank you for your kind comments. Yeah, and let's see. And Amanda says, I bought some gradient yarn to do your latest cable work project. I hope you enjoy that. That was one of my first real times. Let's go back to that one. I got so many things on the floor here. Yeah, this is really the first real project I've made with a gradient yarn. I really enjoyed it. I think I may get another pack at the next fiber festival. Probably won't be till April when I have to sign up. I haven't signed up for it yet, but hoping to do the Frederick Fiber Festival in Frederick, Maryland, because I'm sure I'll see Frogget yarns there again. Yeah, yeah, we'll see what we can do. See if I can find another color. I think they're just so much fun to use. Um, Thank you, Lynn, for your sweet comments. Um, I'm sorry your mother isn't doing so well, Kelly. I hope things turn around and get better. Um, Thank you, Monique, for caring for Kelly. Y'all are so sweet, Lynn, and caring. Thank you for your prayer. Caring for Kelly like that. Um, and Amanda says, "Hi, Hannah. Have caught the live whilst making tea. Fish pie tonight. Love cooking and watching the live. Wow, I have never made a fish pie. That sounds really interesting." Um, oh, thank you, Ekstrom. She says, "I adore the scarves." Yeah, I love scarves too. I can wear them. And I just love mixing and matching, especially this time of the year. Oh, thank you, Lynn. She says the darker blue scarf is gorgeous too. Yeah, I just think it's just fun as a wrap. Um, and Ola Rosamel, is that Rosamel? Yeah, wow, that's cool. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Thanks for the reminder, Barbara. Yep, the inauguration is on Monday, and it's not going to be far from where I live, so not sure what traffic is going to be like. Um, all right, lots and lots of comments. Goodness gracious. Did I show you everything? I got one more thing to show you all. Let me show this to you, and then I'll finish up with the chat. Um, I wanted to give you an update. This show you what I'm doing here. I mean, years ago, this would have looked like like magic to me because it was just baffling to me. I am making a sleeve. You can see all my loose strands here. I'm making a sleeve and it's knit. It's a thin weight. It's a sport weight yarn. So we'll see how that's going to go. And I even had to review this a little bit because this particular design sweater has what we call a Latvian braid, which looks really, really scary. It's knit. It's so not scary and it's so not hard. It makes me want to put some more. Once I get the time, I think I'm going to maybe try to put some more beginning knitting tutorials because what I'm going to show you looks really hard, but it's challenging. Okay, I will say that, but it's challenging not because of the stitching, but because of the color work. And did I actually lose loops? Oh no, hold on a second. I put this in my bag and it looks like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, disaster averted. Disaster averted. All right. I need to get a bigger cable on this. Couple loops slipped off. But I am working on this sweater. I wanted to show you. I'm getting a little bit further on the color work. And again, you have the Latvian braid around the bottom of the sweater. And so I've gotten this to the point where I'll be connecting in this section here, I'll be connecting in the arms on either side as soon as I make the arms. Um, and learning how to do color work, you have to learn to work your floats evenly behind. And I could go into talking all about what I'm doing with this, but it probably bore you to tears. But I don't know if this is something you all are interested in learning how to do color work like this with knitting. I know I'm sure there are other channels that you could follow and learn some of this, but I've been really excited to make another knit sweater because I just love the color work on this. But this is only knit. It's just doing the knit stitch over and over again, but carefully changing the colors. And I'll show you this little tool. I've been meaning to put a video together. I've been meaning to do a lot of different things, but life is short and you only have 24 hours in a day. And God said that's enough. So it's just some things that I have to do later. But this is how I keep the colors straight. Now, some of you out there may be very experienced knitters. I am not. I feel like this is something I've only been doing this for maybe 7 years or so, which and then it's very rarely, just kind of on the side. But I found to be very helpful because I will put it on my finger here, which is where I would, do my yarn hold, and this little bar opens up. So I can put 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors. And yes, there are rounds where I am changing 4 different colors in a round. And so what it does is it helps keep these strands lined up nice and neat, um, as I'm changing the yarn. So I'm not having to drop the yarn, replace the different color, do a stitch, drop the yarn, replace another. I just have them all fed into the same, on my finger in order. And then I'm using the knitting needle can grab which one I need. It's a game changer. So I'll have to do a video on how this works. But if you all are interested in learning how to knit, I don't start with this. This is swimming with sharks project for me personally. It's a learning project. But if you're looking to learn how to make simpler one color items, I have several on my homepage on my channel. You just need to look for beginning knitting. Again, I am not a master knitter by any in any way. I am a beginner, and because of that, I go very slow. So, and some people have found that that's more helpful to them because I don't assume that you know anything about what I'm doing because I didn't that long ago. So, anyway, I just throw that out there to you humbly. If that's something that you're interested, no pressure. It only took me about 55 years to pick up knitting needles and have success. Um, so anyway, just want to throw that out there to you all. Um, I'm going to try to finish up here. Um, thank you guys for all your comments. And hey, is it Vima's Crochet? I'm waving back at you. And Tammy, good to have you. And Diane says, yeah, MLK holiday, getting old, don't know all the holidays. Thank you for reminding. Yes, yes. It's going to be a good day. Good day. He was such a wonderful man, such a great person, a reverend, and yeah, just so many wonderful um, ideas that he has. It's just tragic, how his life ended. But I know he's with the Lord, and looking forward to meeting um, Mr. King at some point. Um, Thank you for your kindness there, your kind encouragement, y'all. Jet One, and thank you. Um, and hi, Tammy and Heather says, paint box is simply Aaron is really nice and cushiony. Yeah, I mean it's soft as far as acrylic goes. Again, don't compare it to um, to baby alpaca. It's kind of funny if I've been working on a project with a lot of natural, really nice natural, fibers with merino silk blends or baby alpaca or, some really cushy yarn. And then I go to acrylic, it doesn't feel so soft anymore. But it's a comparison, but you can't compare, it's like comparing an apple to an orange. They're different. They are different. They have different purposes. I would never make a big blanket out of baby alpaca because yeah, I want something I can put in the washer and put in the dryer and keep it clean for the family. Um, oh wow, Tammy says the Erin Hart's throw was her first cabling. Yay. Um, and Diane says I crocheted that one, that first one. I love it. So pretty. Well, thank you all. That makes me happy when you can do something and you like it. There's just about 1,000 ways you can go wrong on any one of these patterns. Um, so yeah, I just really feel happy when y'all can accomplish them. They're definitely not for the faint of heart or for absolute beginners. But yes, it learning projects, absolutely. If you're not afraid of making mistakes, go for it. That's why I'm doing this sweater. I'm not afraid of making mistakes because I know that's how I learn best. I'm just putting it back in my basket here. Um, Kelly says, you haven't done a song for a long time. Nope, nope, not yet. I do generally do that, Kelly, when we reach our goal with the donations, and it hasn't happened in a while, and that's okay. It's been very busy getting through Christmas time of year for everybody, and I'm fine with that. I've also been away from home, so maybe once I get back home, I'll have more time for that as well. Maybe throw one in just for fun. Um, okay. Thank you, Kelly. She likes this scarf. Amy Smith says, hi, cheating today and watching during work. Interesting you're speaking of weight. I was shopping this last week and was thinking how well you size your hook down to meet what the size of the yarn you're using. I just got a notice. I'm sorry. It says the signal's kind of wonky here, so I apologize for that. Again, working away from home. Going to get into that every so often. And Renee says, I've been working on using up scraps. I've been making baby doll blankets for all the little girls I know. It's giving me a chance to practice some more challenging stitches. Yeah, thank you, Hannah. That is a great idea. I mean, um, definitely. I mean, I'm trying to do that at home yarn order, but I have to keep and for come up with too. Um, and I know there are temperature blankets and things like that. I know uh, Tiffany Hansen is had a recent video on a temperature blanket, so maybe that's something, that you could consider for some of those scraps as well. Thank you. After she told me you're all good, the signal went blah, but it's better. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Um, all right. Yeah, no, my pleasure, Amy. She said the shirt to help size, great idea. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing magical about numbers in sweater projects with stitches. If you don't meet gauge, there's nothing magical about the numbers in those. It's just how it's going to fit, how the yarn, many variables, and how you knit or maybe located on your paid channel. No, I have not made a video on that one, Amy. That was actually my very first publication in 2009, which was, yeah, that was before YouTube. Um, so yeah, that does not have does not does not have a video. Sorry, I'm trying to read and think and talk at the same time, and it's not a good idea for me. Um, all right. Oh, I love this. Nesta says, I'm not a cutoff top for sweater. Uh, I'm cold, so I don't understand why they want them shorter. I like them longer past my hips since I have back and hip joint pain. Yeah, I'm with you, Nessa. Yeah, it's just difference. I mean, some people, it's more important that they show flesh than be warm. Uh, we have different priorities, that I guess that's what it is. It's just a stylistic thing. But yeah, I don't get cut off sweaters at all. Um, yeah. Anyway, some of you younger folks out there, maybe you enjoy them. Knock yourselves out. I would bring another sweater just to cover up when you're outside because it's gonna be cool. Um, and Lynn says, I don't know how to do gauge or understand. I prefer you teach me. I do have a video that talks about that, Lynn. So if you could email me and send you the link, or if you go to my homepage and in the little question box area, put gauge. I'm sure there is a video. I know I've covered that at some point, but maybe that's something I can cover again. It's basically how many stitches, let's say in a 4-inch area or whatever the designated length is. Um, Usually, it's 4 inches equals, let's say, 15 stitches. It just depends on what hook and yarn you're using because it's always going to vary. So it's just a way to say how many stitches, per a certain amount and how many rows per a certain amount. And if you just make a small little swatch to practice to see where you are, then that'll tell you whether you need to go to a bigger hook or go to a smaller hook so that it'll be close to what you're looking for. And from Mary says, I enjoy the closed caption that are on your tutorials. Will you be having this option on videos in the future? Um, yes, actually I contract the services of my sister to double check. Yeah, we use a service that we run all of our videos through so that we get closed captions that are better than the AI generated. We take the AI generated from a special service, and they do a much better job than just what would be for free here on YouTube. And we actually pay my sister to verify and make sure that the words are correct because we then translate that into about 12 different languages. And we're paying for this to make this a better experience so that the English is real English. It has punctuation, capitals at the beginning of the sentences. Yeah, I mean, once you're a homeschool teacher, you just have to do it a certain way so that it's legible. So we are going to do the best that we can to continue that. We add them onto most, well, all of the tutorials, the ones where you're actually making something. That's not available during the live, to my knowledge. I think it's added on after this renders, then that is added into it. But yes, we are going to continue to do that. Um, I can go into all the details, but I won't bore you with it. thought about doing something different because YouTube was offering something, but it turns out that it wasn't going to be as good as what we're already doing. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing so that we can, yeah. And also, the closed captions are also on our watch channel. The ones that we've been making in the last 2 to 3 years, they have the added closed captions. Now, the ones that were, the hundreds of videos that I did in years past when that was not an option, we're not going to go back and redo all of those. But we're going to, going from this point forward, we will definitely be having those on. All right. Yeah, but thanks for that thing, Lynn, about Gage. I'll have to maybe revisit that again because I know that's something kind of important. And Nessa says, I find going back to the crop top thing, I find that keeping my hip and back area warm and covered helps in reducing my pain or preventing a pain flare up in that area. Absolutely. Um, thank you, Nessa. That's great. Um, okay. Thank you guys for your encouragement on the things I'm showing. I'm getting to that now. Thank you so much. I hope you do like this lap blanket. And Lynn says, yeah, the lap blanket is too beautiful. Yes. Well, thank you. And Nessa says, I love Tiffany and I'm in her crochet club. Well, thank you for supporting her. I appreciate you supporting a fellow crafter. That is really kind of you. Says, I got to meet her last year in Denver in the crochet retreat she hosted. Yeah. How cool is that? Wonderful. Um, and thank you, Phil, for your encouragement. And Jet one in just to let you know, yeah, Tiffany Hansen. The links will be connected in the videos once they go live, so you'll know where to go. But you're gonna have to go to the video description to get those links. And Cecilia, thank you. She says, beautiful lap blanket, great job. I also follow Tiffany Hansen. Yay. And if you all want to even check out Tiffany Hansen, I don't think I have her link in here now, but you can just go to the YouTube search and just crochet with Tiffany Hansen and just maybe like her channel. And that way and if you hopefully you've done that to this channel too, but if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, I don't talk about that a lot anymore because I don't want to beat you over the head with it. But if you go ahead to Tiffany's channel and do that, hit the little bell so that you'll get her notifications. That way you won't have to go searching for them. They should just pop up in your feed when they go live in February. Thank you, Jet One N says, love that lapghan, Bonnie. After this, I'm going to send you an email. Well, thank you. It'll be great to hear from you. Um, and just to let you all know, if you do try to email me this coming weekend, tomorrow and Sundays, I generally don't respond because it's the day of rest. Although we're going to be very busy on Sunday driving, but hopefully it'll be a restful drive. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to really respond all that fast. So if you don't mind giving me till like maybe Tuesday of next week to really catch up on a lot of that, because we're going to be just going to have a lot going on, and my guys are going to be off for the holiday on Monday. And I love having my guys home. That means I get to cook more. So it's going to be a busy weekend. You know how that is. You know what I mean. But so looking forward to seeing my guy, my husband. Haven't seen him. It's been about 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm looking forward to getting together. 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And Monique says, I'm excited for this collaboration. I am too. All right. Well, there are a lot of comments. I want to say hey to everybody. May not be able to read everything. I will read this one. Virginia says, don't know how to knit. I've asked different people to teach me, and they said yes and never did. And those that tried wouldn't go slow, so I can learn. So I kind of gave up, but I do want to learn. Virginia, check out my page. Check out my channel, The Beginning Knit. Don't start with the cotton dishcloth, though, because cotton is harder. But look at some of the others. Just look at them and watch them and see what you think. And then the other thing is make sure that you have the equipment that I recommend, because that makes a huge difference. Okay. And from Mary Wagner, does the subscription to the Watch channel automatically renew? I believe it does, Mary, but I believe it will notify you that the renewal date is upon you. So you should get a notification that it was going to renew soon. If you have any questions about that, you can please email me, bonniebay@me.com, and I can check on that for you. Okay. And thank you for being a subscriber. I so appreciate that. One more thing I forgot to mention, January 22nd, which is this coming Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m. I'm going to have an open format on the Watch channel. This is just for the Watch channel subscribers. I will be emailing you a YouTube, try that again, a Zoom link for a live Zoom together. It's going to be crochet and yarn questions answered, hopefully, or at least questions written down that I can't answer, and I will answer at a later date. But it's going to be a time, a couple hours to just talk about yarn, talk about crochet, and anything else you might want to talk about. But it's going to be focusing in on just trying to answer any questions for you, and I may even try to find out from you all during that time too what classes you'd want to talk about, what or to learn this year, things that you'd like to try to do, and I can incorporate that into the Zoom classes going forward. All right. All right. Um, all right. I just want to check and make sure I haven't missed anybody. Oh, thank you, Mary. She said she truly enjoyed the mystery throw, learning all the new stitches, which were short rows. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that. You know, there are two on my channel. I don't know if you knew that. I have there's the mystery mystery throw, and then there's the Aaron crochet along. There are two that are on there so that you can learn a bunch of different squares. Um, all right. Oh wow. And Amanda says I wore my long scarf to market and got compliments on it. Yay, Amanda. I love it when that people notice that, don't you? Um, Lynn says people in my community call Bonnie Bay cable stitches sophisticated. Ooh, um, they might be, but they're very doable. I just don't want to put anybody off for them to think that they can't do it. They're very doable. Um, all right. And Amy says, thank you. I'm improving with pattern reading and learning your stitch pattern. I'm believing I can do it. Thank you so much for your teachable heart and help such learning growth this last year. Yay, Amy, that blesses me more than I can say. Um, all right. Thank you, Hannah, for helping Virginia too. Um, all right. Well, and Dora says, hello, everyone. Is there a tutorial for the Erin Moore sweater wrap? No, there is not a complete video tutorial, but all the stitches that are used in that project, I do have stitch videos where you can go to the channel and find the stitch that you're looking for and watch a short video on how to do that stitch. I hope that helps, but I may need to add that one to my list at some point. All right, I'm going to read a little bit today, just a little bit at the end. I'm still reading in this book. I'm not making a lot of headway. It's called Heart of God, 31 Days to Discover God's Love for You. It's by Elizabeth Elliot, one of my favorite, very inspirational woman of God that I've followed since about 1980, 81, since I learned about her. I've been so transfixed by her biography that I've been reading. I've almost finished the biography I showed you a couple weeks ago or last week, but I just wanted to read just a small passage about grace in here as we finish up. Um, just such a light word, but a nice word. It says, Elizabeth writes, the grace of God overflows from his heart. And if we open our hearts to him, we receive his grace and we are blessed with joy, abundance, peace, and eternal life. The familiar words of Ephesians 2:8 make God's promise perfectly clear. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God. In other words, we are saved not by our actions, but by God's mercy. We are saved not because of our good deeds, but because of our faith in Christ. Grace is the ultimate gift, a gift beyond comprehension and beyond compare. And because it is the ultimate gift, we owe God the ultimate in thanksgiving. God's grace is indeed a gift from the heart, God's heart. And as believers, we must accept God's precious gift thankfully, humbly, and immediately. Today is never too soon because tomorrow may be too late. I could not agree more. And I love this quote that she has included by Amy Carmichael. Says, "Thank God he doesn't measure out grace in teaspoons." Amen to that. And Andy Graham Lotz says, God's grace and power seem to reach their peak when we are at our weakest point. And my good friend C.H. Spurgeon, grace grows best in the winter. And by Timothy Keller, there is no evil that the Father's love cannot pardon and cover. There is no sin that is a match for his grace. Whew. Amen to that. And I'm so thankful that that's the case in my life as well. So I hope you all are encouraged by this. Thank you again for joining me today. And I hope to see you all here next Friday, hopefully broadcasting from Maryland. God bless. Bye-bye.